Hi there, here's Calvin. I'm glad that you're watching this video. In this video, we will talk about the IB education program and the Taiwanese education program in terms of assessment. So there are four major differences you can see here. The first one will be summative assessment. So in summative assessment, people in Taiwan, they generally do the written task paper. So for example, the final exam in Taiwan or the university entrance exam, they are all written tasks. So students are required to finish multiple choice and fill in the blanks or etc. But in IB education, it really provides a variety of assessment method. So teacher can assign like presentation, can assign a projects or performance for a student to engage in the summative assessment and demonstrate their understanding in the curriculum. And the second thing is authentic situation. I think Taiwan, this is the philosophy that Taiwanese education system, they believe in, and they're trying to do it. But in IB, definitely in summative assessment, they are trying to provide an authentic scenarios for students to get into it and applying different skills and combine their knowledge from the curriculum with the skills they have, with the key skills like communication, and make it a thing that can, deal with the real life scenarios things. So it can really give students a chance to understand the broader range of curriculum content with a more comprehensive understanding of the subject matter. And it's very important. And I think Taiwanese education are still lacking here because they will provide an authentic situation in some question, but not in all. Okay, let's go to this. Let's move on to the second one, formative assessment. And this is a formative assessment plays a very different role in IB education because in IB education, formative assessment is served as a feedback. Students will get the feedback from the teachers and find a way to improve themselves. But in Taiwan, I would say it's not that way. It's not work in that way. Because teachers always use formative assessment to a kind of tool of classroom management or to help the school to rank the student. Oh, Calvin, you're just number 10th. Oh, Maggie, you're the first one in the class. And Sally, unfortunately, you're the last one in the class. So they build up this kind of comparing system or the competing atmosphere in the classroom in Taiwan. And I think it's not healthy. To me, it's not very healthy. At IB, they are not trying to comparing each other. They're trying to supporting students' growth. So in the formative assessment, the teacher actually help students to build up their knowledge, to scaffolding their knowledge, and also try to develop skills they need in the summative assessment. And in terms of that, so teachers are supporting students and giving feedback and constructive feedbacks to the student and not by comparing them with the fellows. And that's very key differences in terms of summative assessment. Okay, let's move on to the right-hand side. So we will see components and reliability. These two things are the things that Taiwanese education lack of. For example, CAS, theory of knowledge and extended essay. So, Taiwanese hate the thing or the activities that is outside the curriculum or the courses. So they would definitely not have such a thing like CAS. For TOK, theory of knowledge, I think this one is very important for a student to understand because if students are only understanding knowledge, but they don't know what is behind the knowledge, why they are knowing this kind of knowledge, or how they can know it better. The kind of metacognitive thinking in TOK is very crucial for secondary students to grow up. So, and for the EE, extended essay, it's kind of skills that all university students, they are required. So it's a very good way for a secondary student to grow this kind of skills, to research, to write a paper, and to really investigate the topic they're interested in. Okay, finally, it comes to the last one, the reliability. And I think it's the most important one among this four, because reliability is what IB known for. And in Taiwan education, you can always see teachers alter the difficulty of the final exam or the midterm test because they have the power to do that, right? And they can, give a bonus score to the student as well. So scores between different schools are varies. But in IB education, it's not that case because IB set up a well-defined criteria and the grade boundaries because they're using a grading methods that is different from the scoring method in Taiwan. So they will grade students from 0 to 7 according to the performance and according to criterion instruction, you will put students into different grade. And I think it is very beneficial because teachers in different schools, even in different schools, they can judge the same piece of task according to this criteria and the rubrics. And the external examiner will help the teachers to judge the students and judge their task if there is a too difficult one or too easy one, and to alter the score a little bit more objectively. So this kind of system are building up a very reliability and stable assessment method and assessment outcome. So it built up the base of IB education. And the final challenge system, I think, is very interesting here because in Taiwan, students are always told to be obedient, you need to listen to the teacher or something like this. But in IB, they emphasize the whole system. Students can challenge the marks. So the reliability comes from here because the teachers will explain why they are giving these marks to the student rather than just give the marks to the students. Because in the traditional Taiwanese education, teachers can be convinced and give the marks back to the students. So these are the four main elements of the differences between IB and Taiwanese education system in terms of assessment. And I think it's the end of the video. Thank you for listening.